Welcome back to Black Skies Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series from The Mandalorian, the Dark Trooper 1/12 scale action figure. Not only that, we're going to do a comparison with the 1/18 scale vintage collection and show everybody how Hasbro does not care about the 1/18 scale anymore. Just by sheer comparisons, it's right there, right in front of us. So here's the packaging. Pretty cool. The artwork on the side is pretty nice in my opinion. I do like the packaging artwork. So Dark Trooper. Here's the back of the packaging. There's the other side of the box. And there's the top. There's the bottom. And there's the UPC, if that helps you at all. And here he is outside the packaging. It looks fantastic, even feels fantastic. So this is a nice figure. So basically we have a black Dark Trooper. We have painted red eyes here. Pretty nice. Very shiny black plastic. Nice face sculpt. Pretty cool. We do have shoulder pads that do move here on his shoulders. It's nicely articulated. You can see this part of this entire armor piece of his chest. The red dots on his chest. Nice silver throughout the waist section. Pretty nice. There's some silver here on his arms, on the upper bicep piece, and here on the forearms. We have the cylinders on the side of the arm. It's pretty cool. And then on the back, some more silver here on the rear of the lower back. Some silver inside here of the upper leg area. Silver on the knee joints. It's pretty nice. And then we have the silver around the ankles. Nice and shiny. Nice and heavy figure. Very nice joints. Alright, so let's take a look at articulation. Rotates 360. I think. Yes. Rotates 360. Down. Up. Definitely get that flight look. Unlike the vintage collection figure, when he's flying in the air. That's definitely a must-have feature for these Dark Troopers, in my opinion. Now these do move, so we have the arms are on a ball joint. They got to get past this pauldron here, but you can see how fluent those are. Look how beautiful. Nicely tolerance figure. Frustrated because my first love is 1/18 scale. That's 95% of my collection. Just recently started picking up a few pieces just because the G.I. Joe classified, but there was a couple pieces that really stood out, like this figure. Thought it'd be nice to have a few of these guys. Rotation 360. Elbow rotation 360. And look at that. I can bend that. I can't bend the vintage one. 90 degree there. The wrist, you can go down like that. All the way up like that. And then there's a 360 rotation here. That's fantastic. For the chest, just side to side, back and forth. Rotation 360. Very smooth. Wow. Can't believe that we can't get a 1/18 scale figure like this. So the splits are about right there because of these pieces here hitting the belt. But that's still pretty good for a robot, in my opinion. We have some rotation, but again, with hindrance with the overall aesthetics. These thigh armor hitting the crotch area. Look at this. That makes me upset. It's a nice 90-degree bend for the knees. And then the feet, look at that, fluent. Go all the way down, up. Yep, look at this. Jeez. There's foot rockers, and you can get the rotation all year round if you want. Oh, that just irritates me. I cannot believe that we can't get the same love that the Black Series gets on our vintage style characters that we've been collecting for how many years now. Here's his gun. Okay, lighter black, almost a borderline grayish color with silver there. Nice and thick. That's the good plastic we want for our weapons. Look at that. How hard that is. That's very cool. Not sure if that's what they didn't do. I don't think it's put a place on for his leg to put his gun. So maybe he missed on that little aspect for this figure. It's really not a trigger guard for this guy, but there we go. And because of the amazing wrist, check this out. You can get almost like a borderline stance. That's pretty awesome. If you'd want that. But if you had like a rifle they can put on the shoulder. Yeah, that looks unnatural, but it's a robot. So that's pretty decent at least. Put it down like that. These guys are brutes. There's two alternate hands. These are fist hands? Yep, closed fist hands. So he can go one-on-one with Luke Skywalker or Mando. And here is the blast effects. Nice and a little flexible, not too bad. And these go into the bottom of his feet. And it looks like you use the same hole as the stand pieces. And look at that. Went in there nicely. Look, and it stays. If you guys haven't checked out my review for the 1/18 scale version, watch that version first and then come back and check out this version. So this is what I'm talking about right here. You got the feet. You got the ability to look up when you're flying. That's a nice figure. I can't. It's hard to say it's not. It's really because we're honest here on Black Sky Reviews, and this is just incredibly nice figure compared to what I just did for a review for the 1/18 scale version. So as promised, we're going to take a look at the comparison on how Hasbro, I think, is trying to kill 1/18 scale Star Wars. So here we are, guys. Here's a comparison between the Black Series and the Vintage Collection series. And really the only difference besides size for features, aesthetics, is the ability to put the gun on the hip on the Vintage Collection and not on the Black Series. And the light piping for the eyes from the Vintage versus the Black Series. But again, here is joints that I can't bend without scary breakness. I can't get this arm to raise. This one either. The wrists are stuck. You can see the stress I'm putting on it. I can't bend the knees. The ankles are stuck. I mean, it has the gloss plastic. Look at the head sculpt here versus the head sculpt on this one. This looks more accurate. I guess the paint's kind of the same. No silver throughout here on the lower body like we do here in the detailing. Just all black. Yeah, no silver on the back. We have the silver in here and the inner leg. We don't have it on the vintage collection. Yeah, and that's straight out the packagings with no heating on either figure. So there's no comparison when it comes to the figures. The Black Series is way better. And if that doesn't, he can't even stand. Oh, jeez. What's really going to upset you is like when I tell you the price difference between these two figures. I can't give him a stand like the Black Series. Okay, Black Series, hold him up. So let's take a look at. Here's the weapon, Black Series, vintage, flexible. Not as bad as I've seen, but still flexible. Yeah, so two different types of plastic there for the guns. And the detailing and the blast effects. Here's a Black Series. And here is the vintage. This is an orange piece versus a two-tone piece. And these actually fall all the time if you've seen my review for the vintage collection. So just in the color, and I always say the size would be different, but you just get a piece of orange plastic. No love, nothing there. And so yeah, so the vintage collection, $27.99 to $28.99 on average. Black Series I've seen as most as $33.99 at like Target, for example, where I picked this up. And that's seen on Amazon for $26.99. So you're almost paying the same amount of money, few bucks, depending on where you get them. Sometimes cheaper for the Black Series, and you get more for your money. So if that's not evident that Hasbro don't care about vintage collection, I don't know what else is. So there you go. That's a bonus comparison there. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments about the comparison. What do you like better, vintage versus the Black Series? Don't forget to hit thumbs up for me. Give us some support. I really appreciate that. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We do a lot of great stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.